Good morning, everyone. This is Srikant, Rajan, and welcome back to the Stock Market Podcast from MPIinvest.com. Well, coming to the market on Friday, we did see a very big fall, isn't it? In fact, the fall was so huge that at one point of time it was even reaching 18,400. So 18,400 was, of course, finally taken as support, and we could see the market kind of recovering slightly. And but then the bearish trend continues. But the interesting part is the institutionals have not sold much. In fact, the FIs have just sold for about 150 crores, and the DIAs have actually bought for 500 crores. So then who sold? So it looks like probably the retailers were on the wrong side this time and were just booking profits. Probably the scare that actually came in from the IT sector. Yes, we could see the HCL management actually coming out in one of the meetings in US and coming out and saying that the guidance for the next quarter would be reduced majorly because of their they're looking at weaker business from the three sectors: the BFSI, high tech, and telecom. So BFSI, for your information, is banking, financial services, and insurance. So this being 50% of the revenue generation for the company, we could see HCL actually falling huge. In fact, at one point of time, it was down by almost 7%, and from there, kind of slightly recovered and close to 6% down. Same thing was seen with Infosys also. Infosys was down by almost 3%. So overall, it gave a negativity to IT sector. In fact, IT index as such had one of the biggest fall in last 3 months. So that was something which was taking the market along with that. Along with that, we could also see Reliance being weak. For Reliance, I would say it was just normal profit booking because it was already close to its all-time high. So that is something which is kind of completely okay. So when these two IT sector and Reliance started falling, naturally the market was into a panic selling mode, and we could see everybody join selling left and right in the market. So that's something which kind of brought panic selling on Friday, I would say. But then, of course, there are a lot of other important activities coming up this week, which could actually be major events that can actually affect the market as well. So that also is one thing to be watched, so which I will discuss about it right now. So coming to start of the week, today itself we have the India CPI, the Consumer Price Index data coming in. So that will be closely watched because if you remember, the RBI governor also told that they will be looking at the data and deciding on the future rate hikes. So watching this data is something very important. In fact, the October figures were at 6.8%, and they're expecting November to be around 6.4%. And if it comes around the range, it's okay, or anything less than 6.4 is great, but anything more than 6.4 can be slightly trouble to market. However, today's data would not be a big event as what I feel, because I'm not expecting the inflation to go up much in India, or I would say it would be rather controlled, because major reason for inflation in India was the crude oil prices. The crude oil prices right now trading close to $76 a barrel, which is very good for India, and that is the reason probably I'm expecting that today's may not be a great event in the market. So that is something that is expected today. Now coming to tomorrow, tomorrow is important. Tomorrow there is the CPI, that is Consumer Price Index data coming in from US, and that needs to be focused on because day after tomorrow we have the monetary policy. In fact, tomorrow the monetary policy meeting for Federal Reserve starts and ends day after tomorrow, and that is going to give out details about the next rate hike in the US. So the inflation data coming just before the monetary policy ending is something that needs to be watched. So if at all there is a positive side, in fact there were kind of other surveys done in the US which actually kind of predicted that the inflation in the US is not cooling down as much as expected. So if at all something like that happens, then there could be some weakness seen in the US market, and the same can be seen globally. So that again puts a question mark on the Federal Reserve. So will they actually come down to reduce their rate hikes? Because they've been on a continuous rate of rate hikes of about 0.75% for past few quarters, and this time they're expected to kind of tone down and rise by just about 0.5%. But if at all anything goes higher than that, then the market can actually be spewed, and we could see major sell-off in the US as well. So Tuesday is very important to be watched out. Tuesday evening, Indian time. Similarly, Wednesday evening for the monetary policy decision to come out in the US. So these 2 days, holding overnight positions can be risky. So that's something I would advise traders to kind of stay away from. But apart from that, if you look at the market, the major focus would be on all these things. And there's also the European, UK price index CPI coming out. So all these things are to be on watch for this week. So this week is going to be very eventful, and a lot of activity in the market. There could be very turbulent times in the Indian stock market as well. So it could be slightly difficult for traders. So let's see how things are managed. We would take very safe positions and of course reduce our holdings that could actually make us safe in this kind of situation. So that's it for this for now. I think this week ahead is of course going to be really eventful. There are no stock specific news, but the sector specific, yes, IT is going to look weak. Now we need to see where the IT actually is going to take some support. So that's something to be on the cards. If you look at the levels for today, I would say on the lower side, 18400 is a very important support. If at all broken, I'm not expecting to be broken. If at all 18400 is broken, then I would say 18200 is the next important support. So that's something to be watched out. On the higher side, though not looking very positive to go higher, 18600, 18500 and 18600 zone will actually act as an important resistance. So that will be seen on the higher side. So I'm expecting the market to kind of trade between 18400 to 18600 for today. And for this week, I'm expecting the market to kind of trade between 18200 and 18600. So these are levels that I am watching. Let's see, like I always say, we never predict the market, but we just anticipate the market. And if market changes direction, we change direction along with it, right? That's what traders do. As far as investors are concerned, each fall is of course a beautiful opportunity to enter good stocks that you're missed entering into, right? So I'm actually watching TVS Motors. So this is one stock which I have wanted to enter, and it's been rallying for quite some time. So if at all in this correction I get an opportunity, I would be looking at adding that to my portfolio. So that's it from my side. Looking forward to an eventful week and a profitable week ahead. With that, this is Srikant and Rajan signing off until we catch up tomorrow morning. But before we leave, do remember to press the like button. If you love the content that we share, that of course motivates us, and do share the podcast with your friends and relatives to help them learn and invest together with us. Goodbye. Have a great day.